Got laid off, and I found out while I'm on vacation in Mauritius. I just talked to my family, and I'm not gonna lie, they were not helpful.
All three of those jobs combined, I am not touching $60,000.
If they're gonna lay off 30,000 employees.
Constantly living in survival mode is exhausting.
I'm about to take a and I don't know when the next slice of paper toilet.
You're basically stuck.
Boy, y'all wait until 2026. So many damn, hey, Big Heat.
Mind you, I was depending on that donation to be able to pay my rent.
I'm tired of living in survival mode. Where does it end?
Talking about a global reset for the world.
Now I see why these women out here, like, living good. What a nigga paying their bills? Like, where are they? Because I'm not doing this no more.
Still have 3 jobs and I am still struggling. Here's why. I do not make $60,000 a year. Not even with 3 jobs. I have a full-time job, a part-time job, and a contract job, and I do not make $60,000 a year. All 3 of those jobs combined, I am not touching $60,000 a year. When you put that into perspective of what the cost of living is like, that is why I have 3 jobs and I'm still struggling. I can pay my bills on time, but can I do much other than that? No. I think someone told me to hustle. If I have 3 jobs, doesn't that mean I'm hustling? Or maybe I'm mistaken. Do you think that I'm afraid of working? I'm not lazy. So I don't like that. I don't like those comments. That rubs me the wrong way.
I honestly don't think my nervous system can take being an entrepreneur right now. Like, I need my nervous system to be regulated. I am a wreck, and entrepreneurship does not help. Like, I'm so tired of being in survival mode. When they talk about entrepreneurship is the ultimate survival mode. You're in survival mode. You eat what you kill, whatever, and for many, many years, I've thrived like that. I mean, that is my personality. That is who I am. But I just feel like being self-aware is so important, because with everything that I've been through within these last couple of years, it's been so taxing. And by the grace of God, he's carried me through, and I'm blessed, and I really do appreciate it. But my nervous system has never truly stabilized, and continually having to produce and be creative and show up, fully and all this stuff. I just don't have it in me. Like, I'm still healing. I'm still going through a lot, and in other seasons I've been able to push through, because that's what entrepreneurship is about. But sometimes you just have to be honest with yourself and say, listen, I need my nervous system to be regulated, and I just need more stability.
What it is, you're not following your natural calling. But you have to become masculine. Every time you're being productive, you're becoming masculine. You're not in your right role. Now, I don't want to go too deep, because everybody knows this. A lot of times, you ladies find it judgmental when men say this, but it's not judging. It's the truth. But this was predicted a long time. Actually, it wasn't predicted. It was written a long time ago. For you ladies to be working, for you ladies to go against men. Yes, it was. But let me play the next video. We're going to get into that.
I literally never make videos like this, but I was just sitting here after I got out the shower, and I was just thinking, like, man, I am tired. Like, I'm so tired. I'm like mentally, physically drained. Constantly living in survival mode is exhausting. It's exhausting. It's mentally exhausting. And it's like, I have faith. I have faith in God. I know things will get better. I pray all the time. But even with that, like, it's hard. It's so hard. Being a mom, taking care of 2 kids by myself, whose father is incarcerated, it's like, it's so hard. I'm constantly on the go. I'm constantly in hustle mode, trying to do this, trying to do that. I'm always forgetting something because it's just like this is always so much stuff on my mind. Like, I literally feel like suffocated. I know it's hard to explain, but I know it's people out there who understand, who are going through the same thing. Like, it's draining. And then to be doing all of that and being in this hustle mode, this survival mode, and to just barely be getting by, it's so discouraging. And the price of everything is going up. It just doesn't make any sense, and people wonder why so many people are so angry, they're so depressed, they're so sad. And it's like majority of everybody is constantly struggling, not knowing when they're going to have their next meal, not knowing if they're going to be able to afford the things that they need in order to survive, in order to have a decent quality of life. People can't afford to take care of themselves, to take care of their families. People can't just enjoy living because the price of everything is so expensive. I had a client today, which is probably really why it was like sitting on my heart to make this video. I had a client today who said that she really booked with me, of course, one, because she liked my work, but because she saw me posting about my story, she saw my GoFundMe, and she could relate. You know, she was a mom in a similar situation as me, and she just explained how, you know, God got her through. I feel like God constantly sends me clients who I can relate to, or who relate to me, or who give me words of wisdom. And it's like I didn't grow up with any type of like guidance or anything like that. Like I literally went through life learning through trial and error. But God has sent me some amazing clients who have really helped me with just their words, more than they probably would ever know. And I just know that what I'm dealing with right now is just temporary. I've always been a hard worker. I'm going to continue to be a hard worker, and I know it's going to get better. And I just wanted to make this video to provide some words of encouragement, some comfort to somebody who may be going through the same thing and feeling the same way that I'm feeling. It's after having that conversation with my client today and some of the other clients that have offered me words of wisdom, I just wanted to offer that to somebody else. It will get better. Just keep going, take care of yourself, and have faith.
You see, a lot are struggling, and there's even more. This entire video is about it, right? And I want to play the man himself. Everybody's here for him. And the reason why, he said something. You know, right now, you got the stock market crash, not stock market. You have the housing crash about to happen again. It's like 2008 is about to happen all over again. You see what's going on with Amazon. You see what's happening with the government shutdown. You see so many people are furloughed. They're struggling. It's happening. And the Great Reset is happening. Also, winter is happening. I'm going to play the Godfather himself and let him explain what he was talking about.
Winter is coming. Winter is coming, and when winter comes, it does not, and this is not just the winter. We are heading into what I'm going to call the long night. It's not going to just be 3 months. It's not going to just be 6 months. We're talking about a global reset for the world.
Now, you see, he talked about global reset, right? What does he mean? Have you heard presidents in the past say the new world order? They're talking about a global reset, right? in order to change things, you have to break the system and stop the system we have now. What's going on, and you ladies haven't realized that, right? Is in order, they're not trying to break the men, but what are they doing? They separated the men from the women, and then breaking the woman and the children, and you're separate. So you're out there to fend for yourselves, which you were not meant to do in the first place. And who's the grand architect of that? I talked about it yesterday, right? God's plan is man, woman, children. The man prays to God, gives his life to God. Satan's plan is Satan, woman, man, feminism.
2025 has been heavy financially for a lot of people. Groceries going up, gas, rent, mortgage, everything almost seems impossible to pay these days. Families are making real life hard choices every day, whether to pay the light bill, the gas bill. Sometimes the bill has to go without being paid because they have to buy food. Parents hiding their stress so the kids don't feel the weight of everything. But we all know behind closed doors, them tears falling. I mean, the mental toll that it takes on parents, like, it's a lot, y'all. Most people are battling with anxiety, staying up late at night, trying to make sure they have enough to survive to make it to the next payday. The truth is, life is tough for a lot of people right now. Wages haven't caught up with the cost of living at all. But if anything, y'all, struggling in 2025 does not mean that you are failing. It means that you are human, having a hard moment, and this too shall pass. Never be ashamed of what you're going through, who you are. Keep going. Do what you can do and never feel bad for what you can't. All right? Keep pushing.
And the reason I'm showing this is because I'm sure there are a lot of you ladies out there that are looking for a way, right? And this is my account right here. And as you see here, if anyone understands what this means, invitations to interview. What does that mean? That means people are contacting me to hire me. So right now, while winter is here, right? I'll tell you ladies something. And also any guys out there that may be struggling or looking to get themselves, started with something, actually an online career to move overseas. I got to tell you guys this really quickly, right? You ladies have made fun of the passport bros. I need to tell you ladies something about the passport bros. Do you know when you live overseas for more than 330 days out of the year, you qualify for FEIE. What is that? That's the foreign earned income exclusion, right? Do you know how much that is for 2025? You can exclude 130,000 off of your taxes. If you're married, that's double. Together, you can exclude 256,000 off your taxes for not living in America. So while you ladies were shaming passport bros, right? There were tons of guys that were overseas and knew this. Do you know how you qualify for that? Because if you're self-employed, you still have to pay 15%, 15.3% to be exact, self-employment taxes. But if you have an S corp and you have a corporation, and when you live overseas, you can have that S corp and also your LLC in a place that doesn't have taxes, right? Then what will happen? What won't you be paying? You won't be paying taxes. Why? Because you can have yourself set up as a W-2, and when you live overseas, guess what? It only costs me $30,000 to live a year, 40,000 tops if I'm balling out, and I charge only $100 to teach this. I'm willing to give it to any one of you ladies. I've said it in so many other videos. I hope one of you are paying attention. This is $100. People are looking to hire me. I can show you some of this. Look at this. Sales representative for heating oil, propane programs. Let's take a look. I want you guys to see this. Look at this. Look how much they're willing to pay me. They're ready to pay me $40 to $65 an hour. If you add that 65 over the course of a year, full time, that's $120,000. Join our team as a sales representative to engage with warm leads and close deals. This role offers a commission-only structure with no cap on earnings, providing a realistic six-figure potential. I didn't go to college for this. I didn't pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for college. Stop shaming men.
I'm not doing this no more. Like, I'm done. I'm so done. Now I see why these women out here, like, living good. What a nigga paying their bills? Like, where are they?
Living life in peace,
Because I'm not doing this no more. Like, the car insurance going up. I'm paying rent. I gotta buy food. I gotta take care of everything. I'm not doing this anymore. Now I see why people stay in relationships and they're miserable. At least the bills paid. I'm not doing this no more. Where the niggas who spend money, who pay all the bills? Where they at?
Winter has arrived for so many women, and this is why you see an uptick in dating content and women talking about how the dating pool has piss in it, because they're in an economic bind. The economy is getting worse for so many women, and the bills still keep coming in, and they're just like, man, I need a man, I need some help. But you notice they're not saying I need a man for anything that a man would want, like in a woman, or in other words, for anything that a man would provide that he would enjoy. They are desperate for men because they need economic help. But what's so funny is that what makes women think like this? What makes them think that all a man is doing is waiting to be the helper, waiting to be Captain Save-A, you know what I mean, Captain Save-A 304, or Captain Save-A-Woman. It doesn't have to be a 304. Why do you think men are just waiting around to come save a woman? And how are you going to get in relationship with a man? That's going to determine if a man is going to be helping you or not, isn't it? So it seems to me that instead of women coming on here panhandling and complaining, why don't you make yourself a more desirable woman so that a man picks you and then he will
front of Dollar Tree because I'm about to go in there and get some essentials. But before that, I honestly just had like the only crash out because I had stopped to get gas, right? And I'm really in a place in my life where I'm really budgeting my finances because I just don't got it like that. I'm in a real crunch, survival, financial rut. And I know it's not forever, but this is just the chapter I'm in. And as much as I try to be positive sometimes, like, it's really hard. It's really hard to be in a financial, like, survival mode when you don't know what your next move is. You don't know where your next resource is coming from, because it makes you hypervigilant. And like, when you're hypervigilant, like, you can't relax, your brain can't shut off, and you can't stop worrying, and that shit just drains all your energy. Like, having to worry all the time drains your energy. And I understand that, like, people are like, oh, pray, and don't get me wrong, I pray, but when I'm about to take a shit and I don't know when the next slice of paper toilet is coming from, like, you know, that's real life 3D shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like it's a really difficult place to be in. And so with that being said, I had $25 in like my Apple Cash card. And so I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna go to the gas station. I'm gonna get $15 of gas. And then the rest, like, I'm gonna take to get like a little bit of essentials at Dollar Tree. And when I asked him for 15 regular, he had put gas in my car and it charged my whole out. I just stood there because I'm not trying to crash out in front of this man, but I'm like.
So I want to say this in advance so people know what's coming for the future and how bad things are really going to get. So when God created us, I spoke about this before, he didn't create us to be separated, for us to be doing our own thing. He created a man and a woman to complement each other, for us to be a couple. And I realize now, especially the woman, I'm going to call you guys out. You guys are going extra hard and saying, we don't need no man, we don't want no man, we got our own money, all that stuff. And what y'all don't realize is the economy is getting worse, right? The economy is getting worse. And to know that everything is going up, rent is going up, house is going up, gas is going up, food is going up, everything is going up. And when it's one person trying to do everything, it's really hard, because that means if anything happens to you, if you get sick, if you lose your job, all that stuff, you're basically stuck. You're on your own, and you better hope that you have at least 6 months worth of savings to cover everything that you usually cover when you're working. You get what I'm saying? And when a man and a woman can live together and work together, they can pay one rent, one mortgage, stuff like that. But when you or guys are not together, now you're paying 2 rents. He's over here paying his own rent, you over there paying your own rent, and you guys are not working together. You guys are wasting more money, spending more money on food, spending more money on rent, spending more money on everything. And trust me when I say things are really about to get bad. And I'm talking about AI is going to take a lot of people's jobs. So a lot of people that thought they were good because they make a lot of money from whatever job they're doing, you got to understand AI is coming. Matter of fact, AI is here. And AI is so good that it will take your job and it will replace you. And then now you're going to have to look for a job that pays you way less than what you was getting paid before. And you're definitely going to feel the pain. So trust me, you guys better start cohabitating, start coming together, start working with men, men start working with women. Y'all do it together, because this old selfish, I don't need no man, I do it by myself kind of rhetoric, it's going to get bad and it's going to backfire in your face. All right, y'all already know what it is. Peace.
Yeah, see, men, we, like, ladies see a man saying, oh, if you make 60, get with a man that's making 60 together, it's 120. Very smart, right? Very, very smart. They want it all. And who is behind that? Who's behind that mighty spirit? Why do you feel that way? Who created feminism? Who created that mindset? I need a man that does this, that's making this. Greed. I just did a study on my wife today on that. Covetousness. So who was in your head that brought in evil into the world? Who started feminism? You already know who. This is spiritual we're going through. Separate the man and the woman, and you're out there fending for yourselves. When Kevin Samuels said winter is coming, he said it with care. And then when he died, y'all celebrated. I been knew it was coming. That led me to this channel right here. I found a lady overseas. I knew I needed to get out. For my rent, I paid what? $450? I told you already I paid $3,000. Not less than that. For everything, food, everything, right? I know insurance is going up. Everything is going up. And the guys that left, especially, what do you see those guys complaining about? They were willing. They were willing. Before I left, right, to come be with Kay, I called my ex. I told her, I'm going to have to go overseas. When I'm overseas, it's going to be a lot better. But what I mean is, it's going to be a lot better for my son, right? Things are going to get sweeter. I moved overseas and it did. Why? Because I'm not in the matrix. In the matrix, like, how can I say it? Everywhere you go, there you are, right? Very true. But when the prices breaking you to the core. When insurance bills, people looking at their insurance bills, I don't know if there's videos, and it's rising so much the next year from $500 to $2,000 for 2026. It's crazy. Everything is going up.
Amazon has too many employees. They've got so many that they're going to lay off 30,000 employees from corporate jobs starting Tuesday. That's nearly 10% of their workforce. And the layoffs are going to start tomorrow through email. Because, of course, nobody ever has enough backbone to tell you to your face. It's always through email. They did these little training sessions today to prep managers for communicating to employees when the mass layoffs start tomorrow. Now I want to connect some dots on something real quick. Companies will always cut you before they cut their profits. Period. And Amazon's goal? They want record profits by the end of the year. And how they gonna get them? By tossing you out the door, by paying pennies on the dollar, by making sure their shareholders keep smiling. That is the entire play. And see, here's the kicker. Rich people don't just want their slice of the pie. They want the whole bakery. And they're going to get it one layoff at a time.
Sad but true.
I literally just drove almost an hour to come donate plasma. Spent 2 hours inside the plasma center filling out paperwork and watching videos just for them to prick my finger and be like, my H levels or whatever are too low and I can't give a donation today. Mind you, I was depending on that donation to be able to pay my rent today, so I'm just irritated and lost today, and I'm just over it. I'm over today as a whole. I just want to cry, and I kind of just want to, like, I don't even know, just cry, I guess. Sleep. Can't even sleep. You ever be so stressed out you can't sleep? I feel like I'm so stressed out I can't sleep properly. I feel like I'm always waking up anxious because it's like whenever I wake up and it's the next day, it just makes me feel more anxious because it's like there's just so much going on. I pray that the universe really changes my financial situation this year, because constantly being in this state of either having to work 3 to 4 jobs and never sleep, never get time to myself, barely be able to like take care of my well-being but be able to afford bills, or work 1 job or 2 jobs and still struggle on bills and still be, it's like you really can't win either way. And I'm just becoming so numb. I'm really numb, so I don't know. It's a waste of time. Irritated.
I am tired of living in survival mode. I'm tired of living in survival mode. Like, where does it end? Life is just so expensive. People that don't have no jobs, like, and they are living life. Like, what are y'all doing? Put me on. Like, God. Everything is so expensive. Bills is just so expensive. You just get bill after bill after bill after bill after bill. Bills. Then rent high. Groceries high. You go in there and buy 5 things. That's about $200. Might be exaggerating a little bit. $150. But still, it's high. On top of that, I got a puppy. I got a child. They need things. I want things. They want things. I'm about to crash out. I'll be back.
If you missed my last video, I just got laid off and I found out while I'm on vacation in Mauritius. I just talked to my family and I'm not gonna lie, they were not helpful at all. I'm kind of like at this point thinking it's a divine intervention. I'm not freaking out. I'm also still very much in shock, and I think my family, they're definitely a grounding force and one to remind me of logistics in the job market, and honestly it's not very helpful. So I think for the time being, I'm gonna refrain from really talking about it with my family, but I'm gonna talk with you internet people because I don't know y'all. And yeah, if you've been laid off before, let me know what you did in the first week of your layoffs. Did you just immediately start applying to new roles, or did you take some time off? I'm just coming back from vacation, so it's not even like I need a vacation, but I definitely want to hear how other people handle it.
Get a job.
So I just got laid off from Amazon.
I was one of the 14,000 people who got an email at like 4 a.m. saying that your role has been eliminated. So honestly, what am I feeling right now? I'm kind of numb. I'm kind of in shock of just how it was handled because I literally had no idea. Like literally imagine just waking up one day, it's a regular Tuesday, you check your phone, see what time it is, and you see you got an email that your role is being eliminated. Genuinely, when I saw that on my phone, I thought it was spam because I'm like, no way, like, what do you mean that it's an email? So I go on my work laptop, I find out I'm locked out of my laptop, and I check my email, I lost access to my laptop, I don't have badge access, I literally haven't heard anything from my manager, hear nothing from my coworkers, and it's just like you're just locked out. And it's so crazy because so I was there for only like a little over a year, but I have a coworker who was there, it was going to be his 13th anniversary being there for 13 years, and this is the way that we find out. And it's just kind of like you like, oh, like it's just so crazy to me because like you spend so much of your energy at your job, right? And for you to just find out in this way, it's like a very feeling. I'm gonna be so honest. It's like, well, what was the point of me doing any of that? And like, as someone who has quote unquote done the right thing, like I'm a child of immigrants, so I had to, like, I chose the engineering route, but I studied engineering in college. I had 4 internships in undergrad. I 2 of them were in big tech. After graduating, I was at Microsoft, and now I'm at Amazon. And it's like, on top of that, never have gotten negative feedback for any of my performance reviews. And it's like, you can do everything right, but at the end of the day, your future is not in your hands when you work for someone. And it's like, it just blows my mind because I feel like as a society, we, especially like when you're come from like a family of immigrants, like, you know, work hard to get a really good job, work in corporate, don't do anything risky. And it's like, you do that and you literally have no control if you get a bad manager. You have no control if what you're working on gets deprioritized, or, you know, the company decides to be more lean and make things less bureaucratic. Like, you have no control over that. And like, I feel like I just worked so hard to do the right things, and this was such a huge slap in the face of like, I always had an entrepreneurial spirit in me, and I've always wanted to do that, but like, this experience honestly like is screaming to me that it really, you will never feel safe or secure without you like doing something for yourself. But yeah, so crazy. I'm still processing it, to be honest. I'm just like it doesn't feel human the way that we found out. Like, I didn't even talk to my manager. None of that happened. Like, I literally thought it was gonna be a regular day. I wake up, I'm cut out of everything, and you're just kind of expected to carry on with your day. But yeah, so crazy. I also honestly think everything happens for a reason, and this is a blessing. And anyone who was affected, I think we're gonna be like so okay and so fine. But honestly, like, I think you just need to process what just happened. Yeah.
Boy, y'all wait until 2026 when all these laws kick in. The food nutritious supplement known as food stamps, Section 8, the welfare. Y'all wait till all these bills kick in. They're no longer be able to get that damn tax credit if their child's over 7 years old. Boy, y'all wait, fellas. Y'all gonna get so many damn, hey, big head, hey, stranger danger. Oh, I just called to see what you were doing. Hey, big head. Not a mother thing, just over here walking and enjoying my mother life. life. Going out and eat at the Cheesecake Factory and Applebee's and Chili's by my mother self. Ladies, when y'all lose all y'all assistants and y'all no longer these bad bees and y'all ain't got your houses and all that stuff no more, don't come running back to the regular degulars. Right? Remember, because we want y'all type anyway. It's Steve Flo speaking facts.
Ladies, listen. Kevin Samuels was right. I saw all the negative stuff from his death this past week and all the negative comments. Don't shoot the messenger. We got to mature to a place where we are not upset with the truth. Now, I didn't agree with any of his delivery because he was harsh and he lacked compassion with the delivery. But I agree with most of what he said. Because I think what a lot of women were hearing is we don't have value. When really what he was saying is all women want a millionaire man or a six-figure man, but those types of men are typically not attracted to women like us. And he gave very specific reasons, and he used factual information from your own personal answers that you gave. If you're 10 and you can catch this type of man, why don't you have one? The fact of the matter is, I didn't agree with his methodology, but his message was very powerful. If we could receive it, I believe we could all evolve, because we tend to overlook the average everyday man, and that's just not wise. And I think the message that the part that was lost upon most of us is it doesn't mean that you don't deserve a high quality man. You don't have to make six figures to be a high quality man. And I think his message was, why not look in the pool of men who are attracted to you, who are looking in the pool of women that you fit in. Obviously, I'm not a size 6 and I don't weigh 100 and anything pounds. My education is limited. I have one degree, and that's in education, things like that. And so it doesn't mean that I'm of less value. It just means that a man who's looking for those particular qualities would not be attracted to me. And it's unrealistic for me to expect a man who's normally attracted to a girl who's a size 6, with a lighter hue, with more education, who has no kids or who's younger or whatever. It's unrealistic for me to want to try to attract that type of man, knowing that I fit none of the criteria. So I don't think he was right in how he dealt with women, but I do believe what he said to us was an uncomfortable truth that most of us needed to hear. A dose of reality that would benefit us greatly if we were open to receive it and apply just a little bit of the wisdom that God was using him to share before he left this earth. Now, I know I may get a little flack for this. I don't care. Those that I've been coaching and mentoring, you already know that he and I shared similar beliefs concerning certain issues. Kevin Samuels was right. And if you don't like the truth, change it.
Real talk alert.
Do something about it. Lose the extra weight, get the education, lower your standards enough to be balanced in your thinking, and you'll find love. That's all.
See, now it's happening, right? Winter is officially here. Look at what's going on with Amazon. Look at what's happening with the furloughs. Look at what's going on with food stamps, right? They're going to replace it, but they're eventually going to get rid of it. Look what's happening with the housing market. It didn't happen yet, but it's about to happen. Men have said for years, it's not the right time to buy. Now, when the houses drop, it's going to be the time to buy. So instead of getting your 6 to 8 months, years of savings, you ladies blew money. That's why you're complaining during the furlough, right? During the government shutdowns. Now they're losing cars or they're losing their homes because their landlords, they want their money now. Some places, like in Atlanta, they're letting it pass through January. Every other place, you got to go. You don't got my money, you got to go. And what is the man saying right now if he was alive? I told you so. That's him on the screen saying, I told you so. No EBT accepted here. We're here, ladies.
Winter is here.
Winter is coming.